Okay, so before we start how to add or subtract numbers, we have to look at a number itself before we do anything, right? How does the -5 look? How does the +5 look? What is, we want to understand what are we going to do when we look at a number. So for example, write this for me, right? So a number is either going to be positive or negative. That's it. It's either going to be positive or negative. And that's a big deal. I'll be real. I've had engineering problems where I get the problem wrong because of a negative. Doesn't mean that you really don't know it. It just happens that you got everything right, assuming, and you got the answer wrong because of a negative, right, or a positive. So it happens. So we had to be really careful, because it might be simple, but again, even as an engineering major, it happened to me. Huh? I mean, that probably says more about me being an engineer. Anyways, so knowing that, I'm gonna give let's write these three numbers: 13, -14, and +5. All these three numbers, they're written correctly. I mean, you're gonna see them, in one form or the other. So, but let's look at some things about these numbers. If you look at this number, this is a 13, right? But if you notice this number, what's in front of it? What's here? What's in front of it? What's here? What's there? Nothing. Nothing. Right? Nothing is there. So when nothing is there, nothing is in front. Nothing is in front. What does that mean? That means that this number, este número, is positive. Positive. That's all it means, right? I know it's simple, but if you see a number, don't question whether it's positive or negative. If you don't see anything in front of it, it's un positivo, a positive. Okay? Now for this guy. I'll be faster here. What's in front of this one? Easy enough, right? A negative is in front. A negative is in front, so therefore this one, it tells you, bro, I'm a negative. I don't even know why I made that mistake, but again, my brain goes too fast. It's a negative number, period. And of course, for this last one, we don't, it's a positive is in front. So this is a positive number. So it's important to recognize this stuff, right? Because you're gonna see problems that -4 plus 13 minus 6 plus 2 plus 5 minus 8 and 3. You're gonna have these numbers, right? And you need to identify quickly. I'm just kidding. You just need to identify right away which numbers are positive and which ones are negative by these simple ideas that you just look what's in front of the number. So in this particular example, what's in front of this number? Nothing. So it's positive, right? What's in front of this number? The negative. So it's negativo. What's in front of this one? Positive. This one negative. Positive. Positive. You get my point, right? So you look at what's in front of the number, that tells you if the number is negative or positive. Ahí estás. That's it. Let's do example. Example 1. All right, so let's draw the number line. Here it is. And I'll draw it small just so we can get the idea, right? Here it is. See, now we know we can skip it. We don't have to go like all crazy and in order, but we at least have to do it correctly. So here we go. 0. Now, What did I do there? If you notice, I didn't put the positives, right? Because again, I just mentioned over here that if you don't see anything in front of it, if you don't see anything here, right, it means that it's a positive. So that's what we don't write. I mean, honestly, let me make this clear. This is why everywhere you don't see positives in stuff of numbers. When you go to the store and see how much things cost, you don't see, oh, it's plus $10, right? No, I'm probably don't do that. And also the same way with when they're taking away money, right? When you're like when it's a percent, they don't go, oh, it's negative 20%. They go, it's 20% off or 20% discount. They use terms that means negative. Let's go back, dude, because honestly, I could get into a rabbit hole about this nonsense. All right, so example 1 is 1 plus 2. So here we have two numbers. We have the 1. I'm going to put it over here. We have the uno. Okay, 1 plus 2. So first, let's look at this number. So again, we have to look and we say, what's in front of this little guy? What's here? Nothing. So what it is, it's positive. And this one, we don't need to guess. It tells us, dude, it's a positive. All right, cool. No guessing. So they're both positive numbers. So that means that whatever we start, we have to first do what this one tells me to do, which means one step to the right. And then after I'm done with this one, I go to the next one, and that's 2 steps to the right after I'm done with the first one, right? So now let's visually see it. Mira, hasta le hago zoom. Zoom. Aquí estás. Here you're right here, right? So you first do the first jump. Positive 1, mira. Aquí estás. Plus uno. So now you're no longer here. Te brincaste hasta acá. You jumped all the way over here, right? So now you're done with this guy. So let's cross this guy out. Mira, ya estás. But anyways, so then the next one we do the same thing. Now we do 2. But in this case, we're going to do plus 2. So from here, because this is where we're at now, we're going to go 1, 2. We did plus 2 because each of these is one step. Right? This is the 1, plus 1 right here. Y hasta luego más zoom. Plus 1. And then this is another one. Because of this guy's right here. Each of these is a plus 1 that you're going. All right? I know I went into too much detail, but I hope this makes sense. So that's your plus 2. Right? So after you jump into your plus 2, you're no longer there. This guy's not here. This guy's now here. This guy's not here. This guy's now here. Right? So now you finally look at where did he end up? 3. So this is your answer. So then you go back here and you're like, this equals 3. This is exactly how you add in a number line. This is what's going on. You look at each number individually and you kind of see, okay, what's going on, right? Oh, 1 is positive, so that means I'm going to go to the right 1 time. 2 is also positive, so then I'm going to go to the right 2 times. And then you find out where you end up, which is 3. Boom, acabaste. And that's it. Example 2. Example 2. And for this example, we're going to do 3 minus 5. 3 minus 5. What is that? Hey, let's not break our heads. Let's use the example of the number line because we want to know what's going on, right? We want to see how this is going to work. Now, remember, it's 3 and 5. So now I think I'm going to make my line a little bit bigger because I'm going to go 5. In this case, I see that it's negative, right? I see that this number is negative, right? 5. So I'm at least going to make the negative side be at least 5 units long. The positive number at least 3 units to the right side, right? But again, this is information to help you kind of draw your line so that when you're kind of counting, you don't go. Again, I just went a little bit over the top. Doesn't matter. You can do it however you want. But so here we are. We dissect these. Okay, so we got it right. What else? The infinity. Thank you, audience. Infinity. It's right here. Let's start so we can look at only at this problem. Right? And same thing. I'm gonna do my 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. I don't even have 5 on either side. Relax. All right, so relax. So I do have 3 on one side. So I'm gonna start with the one that I know have enough spaces, right? So let's go over here. I'm gonna rewrite the problem like the way I was doing it earlier. So we're gonna write here 3. 3 minus 5. The same thing. Let's look at the numbers. 3, what's in front of it? Nothing. Nothing's in front. So we know it's, if you forgot, bro, like, come on. It's right here. No hay nada. Nothing. It's positive. All right. So if it's positive, here it is. And if this is this one tells me it's negative. So let's do this one first. Let's do the 3. So we start our little guy. Let's bring the same dude too. Like, let's not change him, because if he's gonna be like the last time I'm gonna use him, it's kind of like, I hope I didn't touch the orange. Oh my goodness. Let's do it again. Let's get more. Let's get closer. I think I just have to touch this stuff, huh? There we go. Oh, let's bring him over. Mira, vámonos. Ya te vas para acá. We didn't even make him a copy, nothing. Him, like, what's going on here? Something's, all right, too much. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so first let's do the +3. So I'm gonna do it, down here instead of top. So he's gonna go 3 to the right, because positive means to the right side. Positive to the right side. A la derecha. To the right. I remember I was teaching a class with, never mind, I'll tell that story later. So 3 to the right. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Right? +1, +1, +1. 3. So this whole thing is 3, of course, and we end up here. So now our little friend, what should we call him? Doesn't matter. We just know that he helped us understand the number line. So we go 1, 2, ira, 3. So after you're there, this guy's, God, dude, you ruined my flow, dude. Like, I gotta, ahí está. Right? So now let's do -5. So from where we end up, again, we're not starting from where we start at 0. No, that's where we started when we were beginning, right? But we already walked the first number that we have on our problem, which is +3. So now that we're here, we're gonna go 5, but where? Ahora, mira, to the other side. So now we're gonna go. So this one, let me show that we went to the right this way, right? We went this way. So now we're going to go the other way, right? Now we're going to go from here. He's going to go 5 units. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness. Dude, I forgot to put the negative numbers here. I forgot. Just put them. And nobody told me anything either. Negative, negative, negative. Ahí está. Right? So that means that we went, here we went -1, -1, -1, -1, -1. 5 units to the left. And where did we end up? Where did our little guy end up? Mira, let's get the little guy again. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it is. So where did we end up? We ended up at -2. So in this particular problem, the answer is -2. So we go over here and so let's do the next example. So example 3. Example 3. So example 3, this is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be, right here, it's going to be a little bit more numbers. 2 minus 3 plus 2 plus 2 minus 6. Wait a minute. Isaac, relax, dude. These are way too many. Relax. All right, first of all, you relax, because these are just simple adding and subtracting numbers. So let's draw the number line. Let's start with that. Draw the number line. I think we're gonna need a lot of numbers. I mean, a lot of lines. So let's do this. So Okay, so we have the positive on this side, negative on this side. Dude, I need a class on how to do the infinities. Like, you know what? It is what it is. All right, so we have that, and then we have the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. We have 2 minus 3 plus 2 plus 2 minus 6. Or you can think about it. Let's name the numbers based on if they're positive or negative. So the first one's positive 2, negative 3, positive 2, positive 2, and negative 6. Right? So now let's visually put that together. So here we have positive, because this one has what? No, this has what's in front? Nothing. No hay nada, nothing. So it's positive. This one is negative. This 2 is positive. This 2 is positive, and this 6 is negative, right? So here they are. Here are your numbers. Okay, I don't need to go too much into detail, but you get my point, right? Well, I could use this. This is pretty cool. Like, you know, positive 2. Oh, negative 3. I just gotta finish it just because, yeah, I already took it out. Might as well. So positive and then negative. Todo bien? Cool. All right, so let's add. So let's start with the first one. And this time, I'm not going to do it with the, well, I mean, I could do it quickly right now. So for example, positive 2, we're going to go plus 2, right? Plus 2, right? And then we're going to go negative 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Let me push this up right here. Right? This is minus 3. And then we're going to go positive 2. So we're done with, so we did this one, we did this one. So we want to do positive 2 from where we end. So we go 1, 2, positive 2, right? Then we do positive 2 from where we end. 1, 2, positive 2, right? And then negative 6, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you get my drift, right? So anyways, so now let's do it so the way that makes sense. That went all over the place, right? But that was the point. Okay, so let's do it one thing at a time. So let's do it just by moving the little guy, right? I think that's pretty cool. Let's do that. So we're at 2. We're at 0, right? That's where we're starting. This is our little guy. So let's do positive 2. So here it is. We go 1, 2. We're done with that. Then minus 3. 1, 2, 3 on the negative side. Then positive 2. 1, 2. And then positive 2 again. 1, 2. And then negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where did we end up? Con el primo negative 3. Right here. That's where we ended up. So that should be the answer, right? So if you're still a little bit confused now, let's do it. I'll do it quickly, right? So let's see. Let's go back. So we do positive 2. Positive 2, right? So this is where we should be ending up. I'll do it quickly. 1, 2. There we go. So then we're going to go to, what is it? Negative 3. So then we're going to go to negative 3. We're going to go 1. 1, 2, 3. So there we're going to go negative 3. So this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3. He's at negative 1 now, right? So then the next thing is, so we did this, positive 2. So then we're going to go here, positive 2. Positive 2. So we end up here at 1. So if we get a little guy, we go 1, 2. And then we go to positive 2 again. So from here we go 2 more. 1, 2, positive 2 again. 1, 2. So now we end up at 3. That was positive, forgot. And then finally at negative 6. So from this point, we're going to go negative 6 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 6. That's why it's helpful to have these squared lines, right? So then we're going to go to our little palito guy. So we're gonna go al primo. That's right, el primo, right? Here we're gonna go 6. We were here. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and -6. And just like how we just did it later, just by having a little guy walk on its own, we were able to know that the answer is -3. So we know that 2 minus 3 plus 2 plus 2 minus 6 is igual a -3. That's it. So that's pretty much how you add and subtract using a number line. But the number line is used because it's important, because you visualize what's going on between the difference of positives and negatives. You know, all it is just positive, you move to the right, negative, you move to the left. And now that you kind of understand that, and it's kind of pretty cool, pretty clear, don't write this, but just kind of like think about it. So if from here to here is, 0, and over here you have positive numbers, negative numbers, right? You have 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, and so forth, right? Like if you have that, you also have numbers going top to bottom. Top is positive, bottom is negative. And if you go to from 0 here, if you go to the top, it's plus is 1, 2, 3, and if you go to the bottom is -1, -2, -3. So now you understand. Now when they tell you, hey, go to the right, which means positive, positive to the right, if you hey, go positive to the top, go positive, you go to the top positive, right? I'm gonna explain what these are. These are called axes. This side is x-axis, and the part and going up and down, going left and right is x-axis, going up and down is y-axis, right? And that's just to tell them apart, right? It just means, hey, on the x-axis, go to the right. No, on the x-axis is +3, so then you go +3. In the y-axis is -2, so that means you go down -2. Anyways, this is the stuff that we're actually going to learn in pre-algebra. See, this is not even in elementary math, but yet I hope you're able to kind of like maybe understand 10% of this that I just kind of talked about. Not maybe everything, but at least something based on what we just learned, based on the number line that we just did, right? The number line helps us kind of jump around to know how to add multiple numbers, right? Just simple numbers, -13 + 5 - 8, etc., etc.